Mardel, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Keith.
Tell the audience, who is Mardel West?
My uh, life philosophy is dedicated to empowering leaders. So I feel like there's a responsibility for when you get information or you have experiences to pass that back on to the next generation because you can't harbor it or harness it for yourself. You got to make sure that you give it back because nobody accomplished anything by themselves. So you need to pay it forward, and I feel like that's part of what I strive to do. But also, I'm an avid learner, so even though I'm giving back, I'm always trying to learn and do more.
So, how do you express or demonstrate or fulfill your mission of developing leaders through Bangin Grub?
I understand the business aspect of it. It's a new industry to me, but I understand, what goes into it, the sales, the marketing, the supply and demand chain, right? I studied economics and marketing was my major in college. So, you have people that are looking for an opportunity, but they're just looking to work. Like they come to do a job. So they're not thinking like owners, they're thinking like employees. And what I like to try to instill in them is you all are a representation of me and we're all a representation of the business. So if I'm not here, I need you to have the same level of effort, energy, and enthusiasm that I would have in the business. So you have to understand that the way a business works, it's supply and demand, right? In order for us to thrive and continue, we have to make sales, right? Because at the end of the day, our revenue is what funds the business. So you can't just come to work, make no sales, and expect to get a paycheck every day. That's not going to work. It's not how business operates. So I always try to tell them, put your best foot forward and teach them, subtle things to help keep the business, improving. But ultimately, I just let them know if they come in and they give their best effort, you know what, and they work as a team, we'll all work and become better. And the opportunities and trajectory of where we can go are limitless. So, I push that emphasis onto them.
So, how do you select the right people for your team?
I do have an internal person who I didn't really account for her, but she is technically a part of the team. She serves as like our executive officer slash human resource person. So she has over 10 years of experience in human resources. So she puts out advertisements,
Mhm.
she does the interviews, and based on the criteria that she goes off of and their answers to the questions, their willingness to be responsive in terms of getting documents and things turned around, and the conversation. There's been people that wanted to become a part of the team, and she said, no, it's not a right fit. So we had needs early on to
Yeah,
hire people,
right.
but she's like, if they're not responsive now, they're going to bring that same mentality to the business.
Right.
So we want to make sure that we're not just hiring anybody. We want people that are going to do the job. They're not too good to do anything. Like we want people that, for me, I'm not too good to take out the trash or clean the toilet. So I
Yeah.
want somebody that has that same mentality, even if that's not your job. Even if you won't be doing that, that's a question that we pose. How do you feel about taking the trash and cleaning toilets? Just to get a pulse.
A lot of business owners or entrepreneurs, they try to do too many things, wear too many hats. And it sounds like the hat of hiring and onboarding your team members, you've found the right person. So, how did you know that that was the right person?
So I was actually recommended by a very good trusted advisor. It was a good fit. They have HR experience and they recommend this person. Hey, I think this person would be a good fit for you.
Okay.
We met, we had a conversation, and just based off our initial introduction, I was like, she could be a good fit. And then her approach to it was, in my opinion, what kind of closed the deal. She came in with, positive energy. Even when we, went through some of the things we went through, she had inspiring, emails and texts, and you know, having somebody like that behind you,
Hmm.
to kind of keep the flame burning is, I would say, pivotal because sometimes enthusiasm and motivation wavers, but you need to have people around you that will, feed that and fuel that fire. And sometimes staff, they get to a point where they're, you know, tired of the, consistent work, but you gotta do things and find ways to keep them engaged and motivated. So I think that's one thing we do good as a team. We motivate and push each other to be better.
Mardell, want to thank you for coming today. You really hit on really the purpose of what we do here. Developing leaders is really about empowering other people. And in our conversation, you've allowed our viewers to learn, grow, gain more confidence, and build resilience. And we appreciate you for joining us today. Thank you very much.
Thank you.